Since 2020, we've gone to lots of fascinating places in our self-converted Ford Transit camper van. Selling our house and transitioning to full-time living on the road in 2023 has allowed us to immerse ourselves more deeply into some of the areas we visit. Today, we're starting our exploration of the White Mountains region of New Hampshire for the first time. We can't wait to share it with you.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're exploring a new state today, and that state is New Hampshire.
Yeah, this morning we were actually in Newport, Vermont, and before leaving there we did a lot of research. We saw that on our way to where we want to go after this, we were going to be going through the White Mountain region of New Hampshire, so we thought, why not spend some time here? And our first stop needed to be a library so we could use the Wi-Fi, get a little work done, do a little bit more research, and it's worked out perfectly. We pulled into town knowing nothing about it, and it's an absolutely adorable town. And while I was doing the research, as we're driving, I was looking for things to do in the area. There was actually a blog that listed this town as like the prettiest, best town in the area. So it's so funny that we just picked kind of a random library, and then it just happens to be in this great little town. So we're going to head into the library a little bit, and then we're going to have some fun later and do some exploring. So join us. Come along for the adventure.
I'm really hoping to see some moose, or a lot of mooses.
And we're pretty sure that Lady Gray Gillespie Pinkerton is really excited about being here too, and she definitely wants to see a moose as well. The town of Littleton proudly embraces the optimistic spirit of Pollyanna, the fictional character created by author Eleanor H. Porter, who was born and raised in Littleton. In 2002, Littleton unveiled this bronze statue in honor of Porter and her classic children's novel. Well, we finished up at the library, and we are on our way for our first adventure in New Hampshire. It's a little out of character for us because what we're going to be doing, we think, is more than it is worth. The ticket price, we don't think is worth it, but we have decided that because our expenses have been kind of low this summer, that we're just going to pay anyway just to experience what we're doing. Well, we're definitely in a beautiful area. This drive is really pretty. We have arrived at our destination. It is Flume Gorge. If you buy your tickets online in advance, it's $18 a person. If you buy it here, it's $21. So we bought our tickets right before we came. We think the price is ridiculous for a place we're just hiking, but it's supposed to be a pretty unique experience. So we're ready to go check it out. We started out on our hike on the 2-mile Flume Trail loop. I dare you to walk out on this tree. This bridge is one of the oldest in New Hampshire. It was built in 1886. The Flume is a natural gorge extending 800 feet at the base of Mount Liberty. The walls of granite rise to a height of 70 to 90 feet, with sections that range from 12 to 20 feet apart. The sheer walls of the gorge were certainly impressive. I also loved seeing the brilliant green colors from the sun hitting the ferns, moss, and other foliage growing in this deep, damp wonderland. The flume was discovered in 1808 by a 93-year-old woman called Aunt Jess Guernsey, when she accidentally came upon it while fishing. According to the park's website, she had trouble convincing her family of the marvelous discovery, but eventually persuaded others to come and see for themselves. At that time, a huge egg-shaped boulder hung suspended between the walls. The rock was 10 feet high and 12 feet long. A heavy rainstorm in June of 1883 started a landslide that swept the boulder from its place, and it has never been found. The same storm deepened the gorge and formed Avalanche Falls. These little guys are. While I was looking at local fungi, Steve found a bench. Found a bench.
I should consider a career in professional bench finding.
I think you should. So the Flume Gorge part of this whole hike was pretty cool. The most impressive part is just how steep the walls are and how high they are. And then I really liked all the moss that was growing everywhere, all the green everywhere. What did you think about that area?
I thought it was very cool. Not only visually, but when you got in the kind of that canyon or whatever they call that.
The Flume Gorge.
The gorge. The temperature definitely changed.
Yeah.
It got cooler. That was kind of neat.
So it's pretty neat that they have engineered all that, put the boardwalk and steps in so that you can go through that. It's definitely a unique experience.
Just a friendly reminder to not feed the wildlife or try to play Yahtzee with the ducks.
We're gonna go see what the Liberty Cascade is all about now.
way this fat guy is going to make his way through that, but I think Audra's going to give it a shot.
All right, this one requires some crawling. I'm gonna see if I can manage it. I'm not sure. All right, here we go. I'm not sure if I'll get through here or not. Some other people have, but these people that just came by turned around. Okay, this is crazy. I barely got through here. I had to kind of like lay down and wedge myself up in. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get through there. You definitely would not have like that. So, can you actually tell that I'm scraped up? I had to.
Doesn't look too bad.
So, okay, so here's how it was. It got so dark I couldn't record. I had to turn the flashlight on. And there was like one little tiny opening, and they put something like kind of rubber there that you can kind of slide up in there. But in order to like put your foot up to get up through, it makes you too wide. So I had to like lay up like this, kind of try to push my foot and pull with my hands. It was a little much. And then here's Steve, waiting for Audra. Story of his life. So the cool thing about this section of the hike is there's all these trees that have grown over the boulders. It's pretty amazing. Well, we finished up the hike, and I think we did it in the perfect time because it's starting to rain now. Alright, so the burning question, was the Flume Gorge worth it?
It definitely was not worth almost $37 for the two of us. I would say if you could find a coupon for buy one, get one free, I still wouldn't do it. If you can find a way to get in for free, it's definitely worth it. There's sections of the trail that are really neat, especially in the gorge. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it for that price.
It was definitely a unique, neat experience. And if money's no issue, I definitely recommend it. But if you're budget conscious like we are usually, I would say it's not worth it, especially if you compare it to other things you could do. For instance, a national park that's usually less and there's a lot more to do. And there's just plenty of free things to do in this country. So it's a little bit of a gimmick with how much they charge, I think. But it was neat. I'm glad we did it. But it cost way more than it should have. Look, there's a rainbow. Did you know Walmart's the pot of gold? We're parked here at Walmart, cooking up some dinner now. And Steve's watching a little bit of Office. Please don't hold me. So we're having some Mexican goodness tonight. Some rice, black beans that are doctored up, some chicken, and then lots of good toppings, including guacamole. And here's the finished masterpiece. How's that for dinner? And the kitty has not moved. Other than her tail.
I check around a little bit, but I think I've created a new breakfast item. I've taken the egg of a chicken and put it on a hot pan and you cook it up.
Steve, that's absolutely brilliant. I love it. Look at this yummy breakfast. Thank you, Steve.
You have to let me know what you think of my new invention.
I will. Wow. This is pretty delicious. I can't believe no one's ever thought of it before. Steve is so smart. The inventor is now enjoying his invention. What do you think?
I think I'm onto something.
Time to do some chores, huh?
Yep.
Out with the old, in with the new. You should try out for the Olympics of the switching water tanks.
I would probably finish dead last in that. Yep.
There we are, restocked on our freshwater and empty gray tank. Well, we freshened up the water. Now I gotta freshen myself up. Make myself look presentable for the day. So, last night, I pretty much conked out. Around 8:30, I fell asleep while Steve was watching football. Then I woke myself up a little before 10 and got ready for bed and then went back to sleep. So that is unusual for me, but probably much needed because I tend to go to bed late and get up really early. Now, it's Sunday morning. We kind of lollygagged a little bit. We watched our church online, had some breakfast, are doing some chores, and now we're going to go fill up on some more water and get our day started.
We're not sure yet if they have a single water refill station here. They got the big one, the big 5-gallon, but no sign yet of the individual one.
We're stocking up on a few necessities, and I was wondering where Steve was. Well, I found him. I should have known. He often comes here when we're at Walmart to get his weight and blood pressure checked.
Can you believe the audacity of this machine? It says I'm fat.
Better start working on that diet a little bit more. Well, we got a few things done that we needed to at Walmart, and we actually ended up filling up one of our water bottles at the drinking fountain. So that works. And now we're gonna head back down to the little town of Littleton. We're in Littleton, but not downtown. Yesterday when we looked at the weather, we could see that the temperature was gonna drop quite a bit today. And some of the things on our list to do involve higher altitudes, which mean they'd be even colder. So we're gonna stick around town today. And we're looking forward to walking around a little bit because it is really a cute little town. And we approve. Littleton has free parking. Time to check out this pretty area.
We're off to a great start. Look what I found.
Well, that's a cool bridge, and we have stumbled across a local market.
that works, stuff that holds up, kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall, stuff that's real, stuff you feel, kind of stuff you reach for when you fall, stuff that works, stuff that holds up, kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall.
Score, we were coming back to the van for a little break, and we noticed that right here they have a water refill thing. We're going to take advantage of it. Steve, I found you the perfect bench. It's beautiful. Fancy schmancy, huh?
Yeah.
You could sit here all day, I bet.
Look at all this candy. All right, well, if you had to pick only one, what would it be?
Well, there's a lot of fun types in here. Some I've never heard of. I would have to go with something like this. Chocolate peanut butter cookie dough or something like that. But when I was little, I loved the poem called The Sugar Plum Tree, I think is what it's called. And there were gumdrops that a cat and dog knocked down. And that reminds me of these. I liked all the colors when I was young.
And for me, I am a sucker for milk chocolate pretzels. I love me some M&Ms, but yikes. $2.59.
But look, they have caramel cold brew M&Ms. I have never heard of that ever. Have you?
Nope.
They definitely have some interesting candy here. A wide variety. What are you gonna play us?
Let's see. Nope.
There you go. Are you trying to play Hearts and Souls?
No,
Oh.
Billy Joel song.
Oh.
I knew it a long time ago.
Nope.
Almost.
We really enjoyed our time here in the charming town of Littleton, nestled at the edge of the White Mountains. But we're really looking forward to driving into the mountains for some more exploration. We hope you'll come back to join us for the adventure. thank you to all our patrons. If you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron yourself by using the link on the screen that we've also included in the video description, along with other information about this episode. Thanks in advance, and we'll catch you on the next one.